What's up, y'all? I am Marcus, also known as EMB, and welcome back to From the Dark. We ended the last episode stuck at this bonfire with a glitch, so I want to go ahead and throw a PSA out there about this glitch. Apparently, it is a result of trying to back out of the menus too quickly after resting at the bonfire. A lot of people told me that it was a 60 FPS glitch. That's absolutely not correct because I'm playing at 30 FPS because that's how I prefer to play Dark Souls since that's what it was made at. But yeah, absolutely be careful about backing out of that menu too quickly after you restore your humanity. Go ahead and let the effect fade before you try to exit the bonfire, I guess is the warning there. I actually had some people say that they've had it happen to them on PlayStation 3. I've never had it happen to me on PlayStation 3. And a lot of people were surprised that I haven't encountered the glitch before, but the vast majority of my time is on PlayStation 3, and it's apparently at least much more common on PC. Another thing a lot of folks wanted me to show, and it's actually probably really useful for me to do this, when you use the skull lantern, you actually see these kind of blue lights that appear all throughout the level, guiding you where to go. Only when you have to block is how you actually use the skull lantern. You put it in your, if you have it in your left hand anyway, you just you block with it apparently. Not apparently, how do I say this? That's what you have to do, is you block and you hold up the lantern. But it also makes these blue lights appear throughout the level, and it kind of shows you where the walls are at. Which is pretty cool, pretty useful. And there's another bone dog. Just skip you, Mr. Bone Dog. And look what we found, a white titanite chunk. And that looks like another bone dog that we can avoid, perhaps. Yep. Just go this way. Leading us to a ladder. In any case, there's multiple different sources of light, but only the skull lantern actually is going to give you that functionality, say. That is a good tip, and it was worth sharing. The next thing that you'll note is that looks like either the Great Hollow or perhaps the tree the dragon's at. Anyway, that it basically looks like Ash Lake over there, doesn't it? You don't really quite have time to worry about it right now, though, because a friend is about to join us. An old friend. Look at you, Paladin Leroy, Dark Spirit. You're moving up in the world, bro. You gonna do that again? One. Get wrecked, Leroy. Oh shit, I'm getting wrecked. Heal it. Ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Get wrecked. Idiot. He can use miracles. And Paladin Leroy, ladies and gentlemen. He hits pretty hard with Grant. That's his signature weapon. Humanity, Grant, and Sanctus. Hooray! Alright. Actually run down here. In the beginning, the world was shrouded in fog. Giant stone arch trees everywhere. It looks like Ash Lake, or like I said, if Lordran is surrounded by this, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are thinking that Lordran is kind of like a Yggdrasil setup, where it's a world tree, basically, and that these trees are what's supporting Lordran. Wow, that's cool. Never realized actually how close to the catacombs that actually goes. Or not catacombs, the Tomb of the Giants, I should say. Huh, that's so cool. I wish you could see the branches from higher up in the tomb, but... Alright, we've just picked up some really cool stuff, so let's go ahead and check it out before I forget. And no, I have not forgotten the effigy shield. We're gonna read the effigy shield. I say that. Dark Souls apparently doesn't like it when I make promises. Grant, you see it's got physical and magical damage there. It's big time scaling there. Strength and faith. A legendary weapon of the Way of White, granted to an undead paladin long ago. This massive iron can only be lifted by those with inhuman strength, but it is blessed, and very effective against agents of dark. Granted to an undead paladin. Legendary weapon of the Way of White. We also picked up really, really cool shield. Sanctus. A legendary weapon of the Way of White. Once blessed with the protection of a white flame, but its power has all but faded so that it provides only slight HP recovery. This does have passive HP regeneration on it, and I'll show it off in the future. While we're looking, let's go ahead and look at the effigy shield, just before anything else happens. Frightful occult shield, defends against divine weapons and lightning. In an ill-fated plot to destroy the very gods, the followers of the occult once attempted to steal the power of Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead. We've talked about occult quite a bit in conjunction with Velka, but I don't know. In an ill-fated plot to destroy the very gods, so apparently a plot was discovered and dealt with, but. One more thing that's kind of really interesting about this is the fact that Gravelord Nito was not trying to destroy the very gods. He wasn't. I mean, he's just kind of death for you, kind of death for everybody. But they were trying to steal his power, and this is apparently a common theme, unless this is also referring to Pinwheel, and if that was actually Pinwheel's motivation. Although saying it's ill-fated, it only ill-fated because we came along. But, I mean, that's possible, though. It's possible that this is referring to Pinwheel because he, she, it, they did steal the right of kindling, or come to possess it in any case. But Nito himself, yeah, not really, like, super against the gods or anything like that. It's not that sort of thing, man. At least it never seemed to be that sort of thing to me, and even here it's people trying to steal Nito's power. Everyone trying to steal the power of death. I mean, we talked a little bit about this with the serpent rings being a symbol of kind of an imperfect dragon, imperfect mortality, the undead. The gods, have they been immortal thanks to the power of the flames? Like, I'm kind of brainstorming of reasons why. I mean, you would think dominion over death would be pretty useful in any case, but trying to think of specifically why people might need it, might want it. Soul of a brave warrior. Can kind of see the glow from the demon ruins from Izalith over there, and right here is kind of the Ash Lake sort of area. Really, really, really close together. Get wrecked. You also get wrecked. And you. As you can see, this is a fucking bitch of a little goddamn ambush right here, man. 3 bone dogs in this little area in the dark. Assholes from. That's some asshole game design. Oh well. Not our problem. Because we're Artorias. We are going to change our setup for the next episode, by the way, guys. Who's going to complain about Artorias BIG? Alright. Now, let's head back to Firelink for just a minute. I know that's going to sound entirely crazy. Like, why would you go all the way back there? But we got business to attend to. Let's go. Ah, Firelink Shrine. Here. Oh, hey Petrus, bro. What's up?
Oh, it's you. You rescued milady. Well, a pity that is, for it will amount to nothing. For the little madam is not worth her salt without her family name.
Well, okay. That was evil sounding, Petrus. Never trust anybody with a bowl cut, apparently, is the moral of the story here in Dark Souls. She won't amount to anything. She's not worth her salt without her family name. I wonder what it is that's caused her to lose her family name. Kind of my take on it is that she became undead. And when we talked to her earlier in the playthrough, she's like, we must not let this curse overcome us. Like, she's become undead, but she's obviously Ria of the House of Thorland. She's a noble. She's high-ranking family in Thorland, if not the high-ranking family in Thorland. But she's become undead, and that could be a bit of an embarrassment. We know that the Way of White tends to send people who are doubting their faith to Lordran to try to retrieve the Rite of Kindling, as a test of faith, but also as a, hey, go get this stuff back. We actually pretty much kind of need it. So she was sent here, I guess. I don't know if the religion of the Way of White's going to look at it as it's a lack of faith that's caused you to become undead. I don't know, but she's sent here, and perhaps she has to redeem herself. She has to retrieve the Rite of Kindling in order to be able to go home. Her guards didn't seem particularly pleased to be here, of course, except they seem like, okay, we're here, we're gonna accomplish this mission, and we're gonna get out. That's the feeling that I got from them. But, yeah, unfortunately, their guide was this guy.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
They probably should have changed that dialogue at this point.
Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume? Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Yeah, they probably could have changed that. Update it once the player knows, like, how murderous he is, basically. Petrus really, to me, it always comes across as if he really resents Ria's noble birth. And really seems like he didn't really want to be here in the first place at all. Then again, when he gives you the coin, to me that's also kind of symbolic of him giving up and kind of accepting, you know what, fuck it. Lordran's where it's at. This is the same statue that we saw in the catacombs at where we found the Dark Moon Seance ring. Exactly the same.
Hello. I will never forget what you did. I am deeply indebted. For it was not within my power to save Vince or Nico. I cannot thank you enough. In case you have not heard, I am Ria of Thorland. I only wish there was some way I could help you. But I am inexperienced and I only know the art of miracles. If that could be of any help, speak to me again.
Miracles. What possible good could that do it? Fucking miracles, woman. Teach me.
Would a miracle be of any help to you? I would be most pleased if that were so. May we discuss miracles then?
Oh, you want to talk U.S. hockey? Alright. Nobody's gonna get that. Prayer. Well, I say that, but every time I say nobody's gonna get that one, somebody gets it. And they're like, I got it. So if you got it. Wow. Alright, let's see. She's got Divine Blessing. Holy Water from Goddess Guinevere. Heal, Great Heal, Excerpt, Homeward Force. We've seen all this. This is no big deal. Great Heal. That's interesting. Cast by advanced clerics, Great Heal is a long tail only learned by a select few. No caster will be disappointed by the bountiful life that it yields. That's new. Wrath of the Gods! What? What? Primal form of force, create powerful shockwave. Wrath of the Gods was an epic tale that tattered over time and devolved into the modern force. This primal form of force emits a shockwave that also inflicts damage. Primal form of force, an epic tale that tattered over time. You wonder if these were actually passed down in Thorland or if this is something she found. Like, one of the things that she found as she was going through the catacombs, through the tombs. Seek guidance. Magic barrier. Miracle of Bishop Havel the Rock. This coating greatly boosts magic defense, assisting warriors who must face the magic which Bishop Havel countered so proficiently. This kind of tries to, like, indicate in some ways that perhaps he was a bishop of the Way of White, you know? I mean, we've got a miracle being sold by a very, very much associated with the Way of White miracle vendor here, referencing Bishop Havel the Rock, so it's entirely possible. But as for us, we gonna buy this. We gonna buy this. Get some great heal action. We would never really need more than one homeward. Force is always good though. How do I not have force? And great heal episode. And she also sells normal talismans, which we already have. Standard talisman issued to common believers. She's not actually selling her own talisman. She has another talisman. It's not this one. But we don't need these other miracles. We'll go ahead and buy this thing. Now, this is where we're kind of forced to make a choice. In her quest line, there's several different ways that it can end up. This time we're not going to buy all our miracles. And for those of you guys who knows what that means, yeah, I know. But we will buy them all on another playthrough. But we're not going to buy them all here today.
Vince and Nico were fooled by a lout named Patches and turned into hollows. My prayers did them no good. It is my ignorance, my frailty that has sealed their fates. Perhaps Petrus realized my weakness all along, and thus made the decision to abandon me. I can hardly blame him now.
I don't think Petrus just abandoned you, my lady. I believe he was a little bit more complicit in your downfall. Now, having said that, Patches, he's got a thing against clerics, as we see, but, yeah. Her prayers did them no good. Her prayers are miracles. The miracles can't stop people from hollowing. The power of the gods is not that useful against hollowing. It's actually the dark soul that's required, humanity.
Vince and Nico were fooled. It is and the Then be safe. Farewell, Ria Nox. Would a miracle be of any help to you? I would be most pleased if that were so. And may we discuss miracles then? and be safe. Farewell, Ria Nox.
Barrier Nox. Alright. Got ourselves some new miracles. See that there's clearly something going on with Petrus. For now, Ria is just hanging out there at that altar. There's that statue, like I said, it's exactly like the one that we found in the catacombs next to the Dark Moon Seance Ring, which I really think that a lot of the followers of the gods are enshrined in the catacombs, and that Dark Moon Seance Ring, I'm believing that was a follower of, I believe that was a Dark Moon Blade, a follower of Gwendolyn's. We're going to be seeing Gwendolyn in the very, very near future as a not so subtle hint as to what the second tomb in the Tale of Two Tombs is all about. Oh wait, what am I doing? Going the wrong way is what I'm doing. I actually missed an item down in the catacombs. We're going to try to go grab it real quick. On the way, I want to talk about fog gates, because I mentioned earlier in the series that you know, there's an element of suspension of disbelief that has to go into these. Like, the games are really super detailed, and a lot of the times the stuff that you see, like, it does have story significance, but sometimes it's just the game being a game. And a lot of people, or several people rather, were discussing, well, how much of the fog gate is really just to stop the player from being able to do the end game areas from the beginning of the game, and how much of it's actually, like, can you really get any story out of that? I don't know. I mean, it could be a mix. It could be either or neither, like, for all I know. But one point that was brought up was the fact that, and I can't remember the name of the person who brought this up, but someone in the comments said that, you know, even though the people have been sealed away, or the owners of the Lord Souls have been sealed away, they still, it's not very super effective, because there's still ways to get to them. Like with Nito, there is the Grave Warp, which we're actually going to be using again here today. Or with Seath, his channelers are out all over the place. And to me, from one perspective, I see what's being said there, but on the other hand, it kind of reinforces the point, because this is actually, you know, they need their followers, they need the channelers. Seath needs the channelers to go out into the world, or in the case of Gravelord Nito, he needs his Gravelord servants. It actually kind of justifies, like, covenants, and actually justifies some of the enemies. Like, they need them to go out in the world and do stuff for them, because perhaps they're trapped themselves. Like, I don't know. That's another way to look at it. I won't say either way is right or wrong, you know what I mean? But just, there are different ways to look at it. So you could look at it as being like, well, this is kind of against that idea, that the gates have story significance. Or you could look at it as, actually, that explains not only why they have story significance, but also why they need these followers to go around doing this. Oh, what the hell? Get wrecked, skeleton. Damn. Skeleton jacking on my shit. Let's see. I think the area I'm trying to go to, let's just roll to it. There we go. Oh shit, I should have rolled again. Ooh, I made it. I should have rolled when I landed. Will y'all just back the hell off? Oh, no, this is too far. This is too far. It's cool, man. It's cool. Man, they got wrecked. I'm gonna miss using this weapon. I've grown quite fond of it over the past couple of episodes. Anything that makes dealing with bone dogs easy is A-okay in my book. Now, if I remember right, this is actually where I missed the item. I may be misremembering. In which case, I apologize. Oh no, I got stuck with an arrow. Oh. Y'all really want to play this game? Come on in. You ain't nothing like your brethren down below. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. There it is. My bad, y'all. I completely forgot about this. And thank you to everybody who reminded me about it. Oh. Get wrecked, vase. Vase. Damn it, there was the one on the right. Shit. Miracle, Tranquil Walk of Peace. Damn things come out of the kids. Ugh. Alright, Tranquil Walk of Peace. We got another miracle. This one's a little bit different though. Outland Miracle, 4 into the Way of White. Slows all walking within effect area. This miracle is normally used to flee as it is Outland Miracle, 4 into the Way of White. Slows all walking within effect area. This miracle is normally used to flee as it slows walking but does not affect attacks, but nevertheless defines peace perfectly. It's not so peaceful if you ask me, but it's an Outland Miracle, 4 into the Way of White. I wonder if that's a little bit of timeline information. There's a couple of points about this. This miracle is the same effect as the Stone Greatsword, and the Stone Greatsword... Oh shit. Oh wow, this put us back way back at the beginning. I forgot about that. The Stone Greatsword, used by the Stone Knights, protectors of Elysial. Like, this is an Outland Miracle. Essentially, it seems to be a miracle of Elysial. Now, whether or not somebody from Elysial was actually here, or if this is... Get wrecked. This has just been handed down. Whee! Where am I now? Oh, there's... Oh no, the Crystal Lizard! Oh, I forgot there was a Crystal Lizard here. Oh well. There's that aspect of it, but it could also be providing a little bit of timeline information for the Way of White, maybe? I don't know. Well, I say that. The fact that the miracle can be found here... but that the people in the Way of White don't know about it? I don't know. Just, there seems something... I've always wondered if the Way of White was founded, and I honestly, I believe it was founded after Lord Gwyn linked the flame. Like, not by Gwyn himself, but rather by Allfather Lloyd. Got himself set up in Thorland after the gods left Anor Londo. At least that's just kind of my thinking on it. I swear, we're almost done here. Been running around this place for 2 damn episodes, and that's after having run around it for quite a bit earlier on. Nope, not that way. I should have jumped back down. I don't want to make that jump do it. Well, if I miss the jump, I can always just... There we go. Much better, much better. Now we are where we need to be. But yeah, it always just seemed to me like Allfather Lloyd set up this scheme in Thorland after leaving Anne Orlando, which would be probably after Gwen linked the flame. Nestle in the coffin. Coming for you, Nito. I'm coming for you. But not today. Not today. This is actually a quick way, an early way back to get a special set of armor that normally you need to beat Nito and then reload his boss room one time to get it. But you can actually grab it early using this warp. Cha-chang! It wasn't here the first time we came here, but now that we've defeated Paladin Leroy, Paladin helm, Paladin armor, Paladin gauntlets, Paladin leggings. Some really fascinating wording on this one that I definitely need to check this on the Japanese playthrough that I do after this. Helm of Leroy, Paladin of the Catacombs. Long ago, the Way of White produced its first undead, a paladin in golden armor. With the legendary treasures Grant and Sanctus, Leroy set out for Lordran, land of the gods, in the first undead mission of the Way of White. So, Leroy was the very first pilgrim of the Way of White to Lordran. The first one who came here. Don't know if that at that point if they were seeking kindling at that point. It could have been. Don't know if he was trying to defeat Grave Lord Nito and failed based off of his corpse's position. Very interesting use of the word produced there. It can be taken a couple of different ways. Normally when we think of something that's produced, we think of something that's manufactured or made, but that's not necessarily the only way to read it in English. Like, it could just be that among the ranks of the followers of the Way of White, he was the first one to become undead. Other people look at it like the Way of White was actively trying to make an undead. I tend to subscribe more towards the theory of he was the first member of the Way of White after they left. After, like I said before, I think Lloyd, after the gods left Anne Orlando, he went to Thorland. He established this Way of White, the Way of Lord Gwyn, and was teaching about how great his nephew was. And then the undead started breaking out everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit, we gotta do something about this. And this could be part of the scheme to get the chosen undead to come and rekindle the flame. They're seeking kindling, and they want an undead to gather all the Lord souls and link the flame, and basically sacrifice themselves to extend the Age of Fire. That's kind of my take, you know? I don't know. There's plenty more to discuss with this, especially after I do the Japanese playthrough and we can see which word they use there. We got the Paladin stuff. We got the Paladin stuff. Let's do the thing. We got the Paladin stuff. Let's do the thing. And actually today, we're gonna do a second thing because we weren't able to do a thing last time because of that damn glitch. Later, y'all.